Alright, so let me see. Is it on? It's on. Alright, so I lost my beanie, so I'm just gonna have to look like this angry jackass for the time being with my headset, my loud ass headset. I brought the good and trusty notebook this time. We're gonna talk about methadone and methadone maintenance treatment. That's what MMT is, if you didn't know. But so here's the thing. Methadone, unfortunately, was supposed to mimic morphine in its inception. So, it's supposed to mimic the effects of morphine. Does that help with addiction? Yes and no, because methadone can be abused. You could take a shit ton of methadone. You can't do that with Suboxone. You'll eventually just stop getting high when you take Suboxone. That's a different video, but the main reason for making this one is to tell you guys about clinics and what goes on there. So when you go to a clinic, they'll do methadone maintenance treatment for you. So you're going to be taking methadone, and the more you go to the clinic, the higher they'll increase the dose. That's counterproductive to what you want to do, okay? You don't want to increase whatever dose you're on. You want to minimize it as much as you can without hurting yourself or people around you. And I just don't understand why they do that. I don't get it. It seems like a funding thing. Like they'll get more money. It's beyond my intelligence to comment on that. But if you have to take methadone to get off drugs, then take methadone to get off drugs. Yes, methadone is a drug. Don't increase your dose. Minimize it. If you can help it. Minimize your dose at all costs. Now, methadone, as my new friend Hownie told me, isn't a full agonist. It is an agonist, but like it doesn't get you high the same way morphine does, so it leads to increased doses. So you have a higher potential of overdosing on methadone if you take it. Now, the same goes with Suboxone, because Suboxone isn't... I don't want to say this, but when you get on Suboxone, you'll get high for like the first few doses, and then the naloxone kicks in and you won't get high anymore. And it makes it dangerous because people want to get high. You'll lose that feeling, and then there's a potential for trying to abuse the drug to no avail, or relapse. And even then, you'll have the naloxone in your system, so you won't get high, and then you'll try to do more, and you'll end up overdosing. Now, that's a problem with both of these drugs, because they're long-lasting opioid agonist drugs. They're long-lasting, okay? So, even though you aren't feeling high anymore, it's still in your system. You can still overdose fairly easily on these things because they're synthetic. They aren't normal. Like morphine is derived. It's heroin before it's morphine. Okay, so it's more. I don't want to say this, but it's more natural in a sense. Like they take the poppy plant. They basically, I guess, distill whatever comes out of it, and that's heroin. And then they further do other shit to it to make it morphine. But again, they made methadone to mimic morphine. But I think I'm leaning back way too far. That's my dog. But listen, only take these things if you have to. If there's no other option for you, then whatever, do whatever you have to get clean. Just be careful. Just be careful. We're all addicts. We know what happens, But yeah, shout out to Roundy. He's my new buddy. And hopefully we'll feature him on a video here soon. But be very careful with these synthetic... I don't know what the word is, but like these drugs to come off of like opiates, you have to be very careful. because you'll lead into a whole other addiction. And I know I said I wasn't going to talk about this early, but I've had a couple people inspire me lately since I got back to making videos. And contact me if you want to. Like, I'll answer, and I'll do what I can to try to help you. I'm no expert, but I've been clean for about 2 years now. Well, over 2 years now. So, not that that makes me a anything important, but I'll do my best. Okay. If you need help, I'll try. Just be as careful as you can with recovery. Be selfish, be self-centered, and do everything you have to get off of these drugs. They're awful. They'll kill you. They'll put you in jail, and then bad things happen in jail. Trust me. You don't want to go to jail. But until the next topic, I am definitely not Jacob, and I'll see you then.